Chris Yandex, C1 review covering Las Vegas and the world. If you have not already, please make sure to hit that subscribe button below to keep up with everything we have going on here at C1 Review in Las Vegas and beyond. Today, we welcome back longtime Las Vegas headliner Terry Fator of America's Got Talent fame. He's now at the Strat Hotel, Casino, and Tower. He'll be talking with us about his yearly Christmas show. Terry, it's always great to see you. Thanks for joining us again on C1 Review. How are you, and how is Winston?
Oh, so good. I'm doing great. I'm loving the Christmas show. As you can see, I got my Santa suit on.
Well, why don't you tell us about how this Very Terry Christmas is different than your past holiday shows you've had at the Mirage or New York, for example?
Well, you know, I've never been able to marry technology along with the talent that I have and the puppets, and especially the turtle. Right. So the Strat showroom is truly one of the most technologically amazing showrooms in Las Vegas. When we were looking for a place to move, as soon as I walked into this, they had all my puppets on these screens all over. It's, you know, all over the entire theater. And I immediately wanted to sign with the Strat showroom just because of the beauty of the room and the technology. So we're able to incorporate all that technology, but we certainly don't let that take precedence over the ability of being able to do impressions like me. I'm an impersonating turtle, you know, crying. Right. So we're able to utilize the gifts that I have and the talent and the puppeteering and impressions and ventriloquism and amazing songs that everybody's going to love with just beautiful backgrounds and spectacular technological feats. It's really like nothing you've ever seen. And if you've seen my Christmas show in the past, I trust me, you've never seen it like it is now at the Strat showroom. If you've seen my normal show in the past, you've never seen me if you haven't seen me with the technology at the Strat showroom. We are having so much fun. And I can promise you, if you're not in the mood for Christmas or the holidays, you will be by the time you come to see a very Winston Christmas. No, it's very Terry Christmas. He always likes to take over. It's a very Turtle Christmas. No, it's a very Terry Christmas. Just come and see a very Terry Christmas. It will absolutely 100% get you in the mood for the holiday season.
So what holiday songs are you singing in this rendition of A Very Terry Christmas at the Strat?
Oh, we're doing all sorts of incredible holiday songs. Things like Sleigh Ride, of course, Blue Christmas by Elvis. We sing, I do an impression. Well, Vicky the Cougar does an impression of Karen Carpenter singing Merry Christmas, Darling. We open the show with my original song, a song I wrote about Las Vegas called Christmas in Las Vegas, Brings the House Down. So we are fully incorporating, you know, my favorite things, and we have a lot of fun parodies. For example, Santa's sleigh broke down this year, so we had to hire an Uber driver. So of course, who would be best for the Uber driver than Rex, the crash test dummy? So the crash test dummy is the rented Uber, and so we've rewritten some songs to be about Christmas that are classic rock songs. And it's all about Rex driving Santa in his Uber to get the toys out. And so it's full of Christmas cheer, Christmas songs, parodies, jokes, just a wonderful, wonderful feeling of the holiday spirit. Dougie Scott Walker, he's my resident stoner. Yeah, he's that guy that you knew in high school that sold weed. Right. But he's an adult, and he's invented his own holiday to celebrate Juana. And so you'll have to come to the show to see what that means. But we have a lot of fun with all of it. We do Ave Maria. We do, you know, pretty much all the big classic Christmas songs are there. And so, like I said, when you leave that showroom, you are going to just feel on a high for weeks. It'll get you all the way through the holiday season.
Is the Christmas in Vegas song the first song that you have ever written, or have there been others prior to that? Because I've never heard you about writing a song prior to that.
Oh, no, I've been writing songs for decades. In fact, my first album came out in the year 2000, songs that I wrote all. It's called Horses in Heaven, and you can, it's called Horses in Heaven. You can get that on iTunes, and it's also on Amazon Music and Spotify, all that stuff. I also have a song that are not all originals, a couple of originals called It Starts Tonight that you can get on the same thing, Spotify, iTunes, if you want to buy it and download it, or Apple Music or whatever, you can just get it on Apple Music. But I've been writing songs for a long, long time. In fact, I'm working on another album, hopefully to be coming out in the next year or two.
You know, I think what most people, aside obviously from the puppets and your ability to sing, is the fact that you can just do the impersonations, impressions of so many famous people. Who do you enjoy doing most?
Oh, I think definitely Michael Jackson is one of my all-time favorites. I absolutely love doing Elvis. I feel like Elvis is another one. Another one is Nat King Cole. You know, chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose. That's early in the morning. It's better at night. But yeah, I just, all of them are a lot of fun. But I will say one of my absolute best is Karen Carpenter. And I definitely can't do that or this early in the morning, but you can see Karen Carpenter being sung through my puppet, Vicky the Cougar, every night at a Very Terry Christmas.
Have you added any new puppets since you've been at the Strat?
No, I have not. I when I was at the Mirage, I added. Well, I was there for 11 years, and I added a new puppet almost every single year. And in several years, I added more than one puppet. So we're just utilizing all of those. It takes. Oh, actually, I did add a brand new puppet. It's not in my Christmas show, but I did add a brand new puppet for my regular show, which will start mid-January again. Freddie Mercury. I bought I had a Freddie Mercury puppet made, and we sing Bohemian Rhapsody in that show. And also, I guess I added 19 puppets because we end the show with We Are the World. That's my regular show. We don't do that in the Christmas show. The Christmas show is all holiday themed. We have a Jewish puppet that does a Hanukkah song. We have, of course, Dougie does Wana. He celebrates Wana. And so whatever holiday you celebrate, I promise you, you are going to be in the mood when you watch the show. It's so funny too. A lot of great funny jokes and wonderful holiday music that will just leave you high on the holidays.
And tell me about what you're doing with fellow AGT winner Darcy Lynn in this show.
That is one of the most exciting things we're doing. I contacted Darcy Lynn. We have a hologram that we're able to make it look like me and her are singing live on stage together. And she was so excited. So she flew into Vegas, and we recorded her with her puppet Petunia. She's so cute. She's a Petunia the rabbit. Yes, Petunia the rabbit. And it's so adorable. And we sing the prayer together, and she sings the Celine Dion part. And of course, I sing the Andrea Bocelli part. Right. So
I think what's interesting, though, is that you're able to do female voices as well. I think people would be like, yeah, he can do male voices. But, I mean, I think when people hear your share, they're just beyond impressed, no?
Yeah, it's quite interesting. Really, what my claim to fame was on America's Got Talent was when I got up there with this little little girl puppet named Emma Taylor. You want to do it? Yeah. And she sang, "At last, my love has come along. My lonely days are over." So, you know, you get up and do that, and it really did capture the hearts of America. I hear more times than I can even count when people say, you know, as soon as you sang At Last, we knew you were going to win the show. I was the last to know that I was going to win the show. Until they said my name, there was no way I was going to think I was going to win it. But apparently that really took off. And then, of course, when he sang Roy Orbison, Turtle singing Roy Orbison is a definite win. Right. That's what won the show.
I understand completely. So here's what I'm going to say to you. What do you think the main reason is that you've been continuing to be able to draw audiences in Las Vegas at different resorts for all these years?
I think the reason is that I'm constantly updating the show. I'm constantly writing. I'm constantly pushing my abilities to the limits beyond what I thought I could do. And I'm going to be doing something. Anyone who's watching and listening needs to start following me on my socials. I believe this is going to be mostly on TikTok, but we're also going to be putting it on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, the other things. But I am going to be doing a series of advice, of just little advice tidbits for people to prepare for an appearance on America's Got Talent. I learned so much when I was on the show, and I've learned so much since 17 years was when I won. And I'm going to be giving people advice. I know that I believe it's January 10th, they're going to start submitting. They're going to be in Vegas. AGT is going to be in Vegas, and they're going to be getting people to audition. And I'm going to be starting that very soon in the next week or two. And so you'll want to sign up for my, go and start following me, because I'm going to be giving you some very good insider advice on how you can prepare to get the most out of an appearance on America's Got Talent. So follow me on my socials, and you'll get that very soon.
Interesting stuff. So let me just ask you, what do you think about how Las Vegas has changed since you first arrived at the Mirage all those years ago?
I love it. I think it's wonderful. The more you get into Vegas, things like the Spheres, things like NFL football. I know we're getting a Major League Baseball. We get, the more you add to it, the more appealing it is for the world to come to Vegas. And then, of course, when you add world-class entertainment to it, it's just the place to go for the best of the best of the best. Now we have the best restaurants. We have the Sphere is the most amazing venue on the planet, period. And then, of course, the Strat is right down the street from there, and they have updated that. They've spent millions of dollars making it into a state-of-the-art, beautiful hotel. The top of the world dining is some of the best food you can get in town, and with spectacular views, and of course the best show in town, because I'm in the Terry Fator show. Hey, very good. You said Terry Fator. I'm in Winston the Impersonating Turtle show. Right, whatever.
Very well said. So, just last reflections, because it really meant a lot to a lot of people when the Mirage closed its doors. Like, how did that make you feel, even though you hadn't been there for a couple of years, obviously?
It was very bittersweet, but when you get to a certain age, you begin to realize that progress is going to happen whether you like it or not. And so, of course, I had some very sad feelings about the fact that a place that I had played for 11 years and that I went down in the echelons of one of their great entertainers that was there for over a decade, and really to know that I was a part of the history of such an iconic place was surreal and wonderful and beautiful. And I guess, let's just, whatever comes next, I hope it's just as spectacular as the Mirage was.
So 2 last questions for you. In January, is there any chance you may be bringing back the Donald Trump puppet to your show?
Definitely not. And the reason is I loved the puppet, and I created the puppet more for humor and entertainment. I don't do politics at all. I just feel like when you start getting into politics, you're going to alienate half of your crowd. And unfortunately, in the political atmosphere we have nowadays, people are just so full of rage towards any political figure that is not the one they want. So even if I just wanted to go and play jokes, which is all I ever did, I never did anything political. I don't want to watch people get enraged by just bringing out a puppet. So he won't be coming out for a very long time until tempers flare down and we can laugh again about it.
I think that your song, your Christmas song, that I'm not sure if you're singing it in the Strat show, but the John Legend, "So This Is Christmas," I think is your best holiday song, honestly.
Oh, great! I'll listen to that.
Are you singing it in this one?
No, I'm not. I'm just doing my own song, "Christmas in Las Vegas." And people are telling me it's one of the highlights of the show. I opened the show with it, so I think people are going to love it. And of course, we always open the show with, and you got to get there a little bit early because it starts. It's about a 4-minute song, but we do the 12 months of 24, where we take some of the goofiest things that have happened in the year 2024, and we make fun of them with the 12 months of 24. But you got to get there. You got to be in your seat at least 5 minutes before the show if you want to watch that.
Okay, Terry. Finally, when can people see you weekly?
Well, you can see me Sundays through Thursdays, although we are doing many Fridays and Saturdays throughout the season. And the show goes all the way through December 24th, Christmas Eve, right. And then my wife and I are headed. We got some shows in Florida, and we're going to take a 2-week vacation to Hawaii after that. So we got a lot of plans, but don't miss the Christmas show. I'm telling you, it will put you in the mood. And bring the kids. It's a very appropriate. It's more of a PG-13, kind of like a Pixar or an old Warner Brothers cartoon. We have a few things slipped in there the adults will get that the kids won't, but nothing overtly dirty or something that would be offensive. But it's a lot of fun. I think you'll like it.
Terry, it's always good to see you. Hopefully we'll be able to get over there for your holiday show. It's always worthwhile. Thank you as always for being on CY Interview with us.
Thank you, and have a very Terry Christmas.
Hey, you said it right.
Yeah, I figure I'd better.
Thank you, Winston.
You're welcome.